Welcome to Real Estate Defined, the art of real estate, the podcast where we break down the market, the money, and things that really matter in real estate.
Join Dr. Briley and myself, Alston Tony, here each week while we're unlocking real conversations, real strategy, and real insight so we can buy smarter, sell better, and build long-term wealth. Let's get into it.
Hey everybody, we are back. This is Dr. Briley, and we have a guest today. It's funny how, I keep telling y'all I know all the guests, right? Because I've asked them to do work, and they have a business, and they do it. But when you find good people that do good quality work, I think it's important to keep them in your Rolodex. So stay tuned today. Listen to all the great information that we have. But we do have a roofer on here today, and so this is Dr. Briley. We have
Alston Tony.
okay, and who else we have?
James Young.
The best roofer in town.
That's right.
So we always start with something funny, something interesting. And so right before the show, we were just kind of talking and laughing, and I was trying to. Time moves so fast, and I was trying to gauge dates of how long I've been knowing James. And I met James when I was the Spring Klein Chamber of Commerce president. He went in to join the chamber. So it's amazing how, we talked about this on another show, how relationships matter and how you interact with people, because a lot of times those relationships turn into multiple business, exchange of information and stuff. And James has done pretty much a lot of roofs for me, and then I've referred them out to other people. Because I'm just fascinated, and we were talking about it before the show. I'm fascinated with black roofs.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. Looks so sleek, y'all, and it don't raise your light bill. So stop telling people that. it don't do that. If you got somebody that know what they're doing with roofing, maybe it does on people that don't know what they're doing. But I've had quite a few. I think I've had so far 2 or 3 black roofs. I can't remember. But the funny joke for me was the first time I did get a roof. We had a storm, and was that Harvey?
Harvey.
Yeah, that was Harvey.
The one where you were kayaking?
Yeah, I was kayaking down the street. The water never got inside the house, thank God. And I feel bad because, do you know, right as of today, I inherited a house from Harvey, from a family member, and the house is still being worked on. Do you know there's still houses being worked on because either insurance didn't give them any money? I mean, just or they're still fighting with insurance.
Wow.
People are still fighting with insurance from Harvey, y'all.
That's
insane. That's insane. That's because how many years ago was that? That's
Harvey was 17.
That's
Harvey
it
was
really?
2017.
Oh.
Yeah.
So the house that I
Jeez.
inherited, it was a Harvey situation at one point, and that particular house is in almost close to Galveston. It's 20 minutes from Surfside. So, that's insane. People still fighting with the
That's
insurance.
below sea level.
Yeah, that is actually,
Yeah, that's Texas windstorm.
Yeah.
Issues out there.
Right.
Out there is Texas windstorm is a little difficult to deal with.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So everybody, and that's probably why on Galveston's seawall, you see a lot of the homes still boarded up and stuff, and the roofs be sliding off and stuff because of situations, if that's, categorized as that. But it could be so beautiful because when you go to Miami and different places by the water, they can have that place looking amazing, but I guess we haven't figured it out in Texas yet on insurance and getting things back up and going.
Right.
Yeah. If you live near the coast, you have to have a separate Texas windstorm policy.
Wow. Very expensive probably.
Mhm,
Because I've already started calling over insurances on that particular property that I'm telling you about, and I'm like, how much?
Yeah.
What?
When we do re-roofs out there, we have to have it inspected by an engineer twice.
Really?
Jeez.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. So what's
Adds
the
the
crazy?
cost, adds the time.
Really?
Yeah.
So literally to own something, that's like luxury living for real. You really have
Even
to have
in the
some
most
deep
basic
pockets.
houses.
Right.
out there.
So if you're living right off of Galveston, you really have to have some money set aside to live that lifestyle.
Or Airbnb it, or
Yeah.
you know,
That's crazy.
yeah.
And hopefully we don't have any storms. We're over the hurricane season now, because that was November 31st is the end of hurricane season.
Correct.
Yeah.
Now we're coming up on hail
Oh,
hell
really?
season.
What'd you say? Ching, ching, ching,
Yeah,
ching.
exactly.
He's like ching, 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 ching.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So what's a funny story you got? Any?
Oh, geez, I don't know. I had another move with another client last week. We did pretty much twice because I made her, whenever we were selling the house, pod as much as we could because she had
Really?
toys the from both of her boys being born from the start and kept every single
How old
thing
is her kids?
ever. 19 and 24.
So basically, she
has
had toys.
everything from, and it was all
Really?
shoved in her attic and closets.
So the
Because they're
attic
both out of
full.
the house now. Yeah, so she's got it stored. So I'm like, she wouldn't let go of it. And so I'm like, well, we got to get it out of the house. So moved it into a pod, listed it, sold it, and then we moved everything. I helped her move out of the house with movers, but
Right.
still, people don't realize whenever they're moving, all the little stuff adds up. That's a whole
does.
truck, just the small stuff she had in drawers.
So she did get rid of a lot of stuff, right?
Yep, we did 10 loads just to Goodwill. Yeah, and then she has a pod now that she's unloading. So I ran over after we moved, helped her unload the pod because she only had 2 days to get everything out of it into her garage.
Oh, so
At her
they're
new
strict with the
house.
pod. I've never used the pods.
Well, it's just expensive. Every day you have it, you pay for it.
Oh, really?
It's sitting in your driveway.
Okay, every day it's sitting in
And
your
the
driveway.
HOA only allows you to have something outside for so long after you moved in.
Oh, I
can't
didn't
just
think
have
about the HOA.
Right.
That's
Can't
why
just
I'm
have
getting
stuff
up out
sitting-
the HOA.
Yeah.
You know, the police.
Right. Right.
Wow. Okay.
But yeah,
That's crazy.
a lot of late nights again.
Well,
Moving another client.
that's it's called a
It's
state.
another
Did you do
single
an estate
mom.
sale?
Nope, she wouldn't sell anything.
Oh.
We got her garage stacked
We
to the
gonna say,
ceiling.
oh.
I know. I started going up in her attic with
You
stuff.
should
and
have
she was
called
like,
James to take off the roof so y'all can get in
I,
there
I wish. Rented a crane
Roof
and
loader.
dropped it in.
and get
I
in from
wish.
there. It's probably
But-
still stuff in that house in the attic, pushed in corners and stuff. Probably.
Yeah, I put stuff in the attic.
Did you? Wow.
But yeah, I just
That's insane.
single mom.
It's
and I
hard
know
for
her
a lot of moms to
finances.
get rid of stuff, and I'm not that way. Like I seriously get rid of stuff quick.
Right.
Like, cause I don't want to. I watched Hoarders, y'all, and I just that is like in my head, buried in my head when you watch I don't even know if they do it anymore. Hoarders, that little
Oh yeah.
series
Yeah.
of different people and how they get so attached to stuff and then they start crying and being upset. And I know it's an emotional thing, because I used to, own a counseling practice, but I'm gonna tell you, this here is, I mean, it's just crazy how you can accumulate so much stuff and then you get into a situation where you don't even know what to do because it's too much stuff. And then you're shamed to even let people come in because you've,
Right.
made yourself a situation where you're shamed now that you got too much stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ways to get rid of it these days, with Craigslist and
Right.
Facebook Marketplace and
You can make money off of
garage
it.
sales,
exactly.
estate sales.
I
Yeah.
think people get overwhelmed, and then when
Yeah.
you're older, you just kind of be like, and then you get defensive when somebody says, "Oh my God,"
I know.
you get defensive because I'm kind of dealing with a little situation like that currently. I'm not gonna put nobody on blast, but it's a difficult thing to watch somebody be so attached to all of these things that
Right.
you can't take this stuff with you.
Exactly.
So enjoy it for that moment
Yeah.
and then push it on. Because the person I'm working with right now, they have a Teddy Ruxpin, and I guess I'm telling my age. That's the little teddy bear where you put the tape in the back and then,
I remember them.
Yeah. So, but just to have all that stuff and Cabbage Patch dolls, and I mean, no kids there. Like it's
Right.
time to get rid of that stuff
Yep.
and move on. But anyway, some with you, James. What you got going on?
I thought we were just telling jokes.
Nothing crazy lately.
Yeah.
What do you call a fish with no eyes? That's from the button.
Oh my
Oh.
gosh.
He was gonna bring a button, y'all, that had jokes and stuff. So we would enjoy. We would have enjoyed that. That would have been real.
I'll bring it next time.
Yeah, that would have been real
We'll
hilarious.
just sit and listen to that the whole time.
Yeah. So we're gonna break into like really talking about roofing. because like that market has evolved over time for real from when you first got into it. And tell us how you got into it and why, you know?
Well, actually, after the '07, '08 housing collapse, I had 4 other small businesses at that time. They were all discretionary income based. And once that happened, nobody was spending any extra money. Everybody was really tight with their money. So I reached out to a friend of mine and asked her if she knew anybody that was hiring because I needed to do something to supplement my income. And she said that she was selling roofs on the side and just selling whenever she wanted to. She made her own hours. She didn't have to check in with anybody. She just did it at her own pace and made pretty good money doing it. And I said, well, sign me up for that. That sounds like exactly what I need.
Right.
And so I did that for a few years.
Really?
And then I went out on my own.
That's
And
good.
that's how I got into the roofing business. Yeah.
Really? So basically but you know, I always tell people this, especially watching our show and our podcast. Sometimes we do our best when we are pushed against the wall.
Sure.
We don't like it,
Sure.
but but when we get pushed against the wall on something, because I'm not gonna even joke, my property management company took off like crazy, and everybody know I was married at one time and now I'm divorced. But when your back gets pushed against the wall and you like, okay, I need
And you
to
have to work.
and you have to do well, I was never living a soft life, you
Right.
know, but I was I you know, when you have 2 incomes coming in and you're actually working, but when you get forced to do something, that's when you perform your best, but you don't like it because it stretches you out of the norm, right?
Yeah.
So wow, so you did that and then you opened up your company in what year?
2011.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
11/28/11 is when
Because you're getting ready to celebrate how many years now? So
14.
14
Yeah.
years. Okay. Then on the 15th year, you should do something.
Yeah.
big.
This will be our 15th year.
So you need to do something big.
Oh yeah.
Do something like a big party or something. Look at me.
I was just.
I know.
I was
Ripping
just,
them up.
I was just hoping for a record year.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
That would be just fine.
Yeah. Well, and I know that's gonna happen because one thing about James' company, and we'll give you information at the end about it. But one thing that I liked was the customer service, because when he first started, or when I found him, and he did my roof, it was kind of like if something. I know the policies have changed a little bit.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Over the years.
Yeah. We've evolved.
Yeah,
Sure.
you know, but the service was there. Like he said, and he was guaranteed with it. Like he said, if something was wrong with it, I'm gonna come out personally. And his dad works with him. It's a family thing.
I love that.
And yeah, that's what I'm saying. It just don't work for me. I tried that, but only person I can trust right now is my son.
Yeah.
But because he knows it's gonna be his, you know. But it evolved. But when he said, I remember one time I thought I saw something kind of lifting on the roof, and I called James. I called James out about 3 times because that was the first time he ever did the roof, and he actually came. He wouldn't, you know how like somebody you give them the money and then they're like,
Never hear from him
this
again.
woman's house. She keep calling me. It wasn't like that. When he came, it was just like, oh no, it's supposed to be like this and that. And then I seen something else and I called, and he was like, oh, okay, well if you don't like it like that, then we can kind of taper it down more, or do, you know. So it wasn't like I got the money, I'm going to the next roof.
Right.
Hasta la vista, baby. I see you later. You know, it wasn't like that, and that's important in customers. You know, in satisfaction of customers. But we laugh because you had to do some tweaking and
Oh yeah.
changing because of, you know, you can't continue to you could give good customer service, but you got to start putting some modifications on it because people take advantage of the warranty guarantee almost, you know. They take advantage of different stuff, and that's with any industry, you know. All industries, even us. I had to revamp some stuff and
Tone back a little
bit because sometimes people do take advantage of different things, and you hate that, but that's the nature of the beast of the industry.
Yep.
Yeah, we modified our agreements quite a bit
Yeah.
over the years. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like quite a bit.
You know,
quite a bit.
something funny, now that you mention it, I was on social media today and I noticed one of my competitors, there was a friend of mine who works for a competitor. He was called out to Lake Conroe because the roof they had just put on 2 weeks ago, where the homeowner was seeing a lot of white lines all on the back side of it. And he's like, all right, well, we'll come out there today. He gets up on the roof, takes a look at it, and it's bird droppings. So yeah.
Yeah, that.
So yeah, a lot of times, thankfully, when a homeowner thinks they see something, it's not
Right.
what they think they see.
Right.
So
Right.
it's, so we get up there, we'll take
Stop feeding the
pictures.
birds.
Yeah.
Put the bird
Yeah.
feeder up.
Yeah.
Because they jumping on top of your house.
Yeah.
You know, bird collector.
Yeah.
No, but it's good and rewarding to see good service. You know what I'm saying? It's
Sure.
always good to see it because in a lot of industries, when it comes to stuff like that, you don't necessarily see like always the service, and that's the biggest thing for me because I tell people I'll drive far for somebody. I have a vendor that I use in Katy for personal things, and I don't really like driving all over, but I'll drive just because Brian does good service for different things, you know. And do you do commercial too?
A little bit.
Okay.
Most of what we do is residential.
Okay.
We do some commercial.
And how
depends
far
on-
you stretch out to?
Greater Houston area. I mean, we'll go. I mean, we did a job in El Campo a few weeks ago. So
Really?
yeah, we'll go to Galveston or we'll go, Baytown.
Right.
Yeah,
So you'll just stretch out.
yeah.
What you got for us all?
Yeah, if it's worth it,
Really? Oh yeah,
mean-
yeah, yeah.
I mean, if it's
Yeah.
if it's for like one shingle or
Right.
something,
a half of a shingle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
gonna pay my gas bill.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, we'll still do it, but we'll notify
Right.
them that it's we'll be happy to come out there, but it's going to be expensive to hire somebody from where we are. It'd be a lot cheaper
To
for
get
you to find somebody in
right,
your area.
closer to the area.
Yeah.
Well, and then too, even with property management, we started lately putting in I forgot what I named it. I'm getting like the title company a little bit. I'm putting them junk fees in there because you got to have. People don't realize gases went up, things supplies have went up, and I was talking to a vendor that we service, and they were like, so can we still keep the same pricing that they've had for 3 years? I'm like, no.
Yeah, insurance.
General liability insurance. I
Right.
mean, just too many things, and then and they were kind of upset that I wouldn't just stick with pricing from 3 years ago. Like I gave you a break 1 year, then I said 2 years, and now we on the third year. And you're saying, come on, that's a commercial client that I hate to, I'm not gonna say their names, but I hate to let them go as a client. But sometimes you have to let some clients go when they don't
Yeah,
understand.
you have to be firm because the companies that constantly cater that way,
Right.
they can't afford to stay open.
Nope.
So you don't necessarily want that discount all the time.
Right.
I'd much rather have somebody stay in business that I can continue to work
Right.
with.
And then you can call when something happens because it's funny you say that because there's I had one of the trucks for the business wrapped, and the wrapping company that wrapped the truck is no longer in business, and now the wrap is peeling off a little bit.
Yeah.
Just you know what I'm saying? So obviously something didn't. They were in business for a while, but they wasn't brand new. But it shows you like what you're saying, the entity of you have to kind of tweak and modify because if you don't, you could
Yeah.
very well be up out of business
Right.
quickly.
Right.
Quickly.
Yeah, in our industry, we call it like chucking a truck. You hire a chuck and a truck, they may not be around next year.
Right. Right.
And you'll get a discount up front, but not much service on the back end.
Right. And you need the service on the back end for
A
when
lot of
something,
times,
for when something happened.
Sure.
So tell us about the roofing industry and how it's evolved and changed.
Well, it's certainly a lot more competitive.
I know I see so many roofers.
I mean, it's everybody with a truck.
Rolling out there.
Wants a little part of the roofing business. Because it's somewhat simple to
Right.
to get into.
Right.
It's just not simple to stay open.
Right.
So we see a lot of in and out.
Wow.
But by then they've already, taken from everybody that's been around for a while,
Right.
So, yeah, certainly a lot more competitive, a lot more, requirements from the state or the insurance companies,
Right.
And now the insurance companies, as of 2019, now require the state now requires that you pay your full deductible.
Oh.
You have to pay your full deductible.
So
Yeah,
what made that change? I mean, what happened to make that change? Was people not running
Well,
away with the money, or?
at the same time, it's House Bill 2102. It was
Okay.
passed September 1st, 2019. It says that homeowners now have to pay their full deductible, and roofing companies cannot assist or eat your deductible at all, because what that does is it causes fewer claims, right?
Because it depends on 1%, 2%
Right.
of what your deductible of your house is.
If the homeowner knows they're going to have to pay their full deductible, a lot fewer homeowners are going to file their claim. They're going to maybe not make that phone call to the insurance company
When they really probably need to.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Yeah.
then they don't get a roof, and then now you got a situation that your house is going to start having situations and issues and leaks, and that's what happened to one of my clients. She didn't do it, and she needed it. You put the roof on, y'all. I called y'all out that they put the roof on there, but that's what I'm saying. I don't understand the dynamics of some of these bills that get passed and what makes them want to pass these bills when they know we're in the Texas market. They know we have hurricanes. And lately, we've been having hail. We didn't used to have hail the way we're having, not like raising hell, y'all. I'm talking about we didn't used to have that.
I know.
So-
I've lived here all my life, and
That's what I'm saying.
the first time I really saw hell was 2015, April 19th,
what is going
2015. I know
on?
the exact date.
So in the roofing industry, you're starting to see that now, which I mean, it's great for you, but
It is.
it's great for you. But like you said, I've been living in Houston all my life, and the weather patterns have changed to a point that because the hail don't only do the house, it destroys your cars. So now you got that claim. You understand what I'm saying? And that's making people not care for the things that they need, but you gotta have insurance.
Right.
Gotta have it. But
Use it. That's something that I coach my clients all the time. I'm like, you've been paying this insurance bill, but they freak out because they don't want it to go up. That's what they're afraid
Yeah.
of.
and they don't want to be dropped.
So or that.
You
But
got
I'm like,
you got
then
you
why
got
do
to
you
have
pay
it,
for it?
and then you get penalized if you used it.
Right.
I know, it's so ridiculous.
So
Yeah.
the Texas need to create, and come after me because I do not care now. But the Texas, when you're watching this, because something needs to be done within that perimeter or something, because it's hurting up the client, the homeowners, whether it's hail or because we was just talking about flood too. And it's hurting the people because you gotta have it. Because if you have a loan, they're gonna force it on you. So you gotta have it, and then if they force it on you, it's higher.
Yeah.
It's higher if they force it on you, because you dropped it or something like that. But the biggest thing, what I'm saying is that if you do two, say if you did two claims, because I have a client that I've had several clients over time that happened to. They'll just drop you. Like they'll tell you they don't want your business no more. We're not doing policies in that area or that market. And then you call somebody else and it's almost double, triple what you paid because you made those claims. So it's almost like you get slapped on your hand. You have to have it, but you get slapped on your hand for using it when you need it.
Yeah. Well, and now what used to be pretty common of 1% deductible is they've moved everybody to 2%. Yeah, it's very rare to see a 1% deductible now.
I got one.
Not only that, but now they have everybody on what's called a roof schedule, which basically means every year that goes by, the insurance is going to cover less and less and less of your roof to get replaced, in addition to that deductible that you have to pay.
So that still means that if the roofing supplies and this and that, because we know everything goes up.
Mhm.
It's, you know, so that means the customer probably have to come out of their
Right.
pocket more.
The deductible plus the difference.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the insurance for?
I know.
No, I mean,
They don't want to be in the insurance business. They want to be in the check collecting business.
I should have been in the insurance business because they make a lot of money.
I know.
They really do. And I almost was an insurance agent at one point in my life. I thought about it, but then I started looking at all them tests. And I was like, I don't got time for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too
But-
many other degrees.
Yeah. You know, this one and that one, I'll be okay. Yeah, I don't need that one.
What I wish I knew at the start. Trusting BlueScorpion Property Preservation Management Group with our commercial landscaping was the best decision ever. BlueScorpion Property Preservation Management Group has been transforming commercial spaces into green paradises. Our clients can't stop raving about us. Just listen to what they have to say.
First client review. Our property has never looked this good. 5 stars all the way.
Second client review. Professional, reliable, and simply the best in the business. 5-star service.
From lush green lawns to vibrant floral displays, we've got it all covered. Our dedicated team ensures your property not only looks great but stands out.
Third client review. Their attention to detail is incredible. Our landscaping has never been in better hands. 5 stars.
Whether you're a business or an individual, BlueScorpion Property Preservation Management Group brings expertise, reliability, and a touch of magic to every project. Ready to transform your property? Join the 5-star club! Because at BlueScorpion Property Preservation Management Group, we believe every property deserves to shine. BlueScorpion Property Preservation Management Group, where properties thrive.
But so now where are we evolving to, like with roofing? Like you said about the insurance, you told us about what bill was it again? The
House Bill 2102.
2102. I'm gonna put a note on here. I'm gonna look at that for
It
myself.
was passed September 1st, 2019.
I wonder who passed that.
There's some other stuff in there too. I remember
is
that
it?
bill to do with real estate. I can't remember. Anyways,
Really?
yep. But so what's the craziest things like, or the best ways to get insurance to cover things? Like, what have you worked with clients?
Well, to get insurance or to get insurance to cover
To
the
use the
claim?
insurance claim.
Well, first, a good inspection. A good inspection is very important. I heard, I watched one of your recent
Yeah, Mr.
podcasts.
Brown.
Yeah, and he had mentioned that they use a drone,
Right.
which we do not.
Okay.
We actually get up there because as
And
far as
chalk it.
hail, for hail damage, it's good to actually use your
Circle.
finger to see if it actually will go in.
Wow.
And obviously, you can't
Gotcha.
do that with a drone.
No, you can't do that with a drone.
But for a wind claim, yeah, drones are really good.
Right.
Because then you can see how many missing shingles, and every insurance company.
Fly off and like that.
Yeah.
I mean, is it
Sometimes it's workmanship
okay?
error. There are specific nail patterns.
Okay.
That you should use. Depending on the design of the roof.
Mm-hmm.
The underlayment's very important. How you lay it as well, so that it doesn't act kind of like as a sail.
Right.
With the
Pick
crosswind.
it all up
Yeah.
together.
Yeah. So there's a lot of different ways. But it could be age of the roof. I mean, our summers are brutal here. So just every summer that passes, it just beats the roof up.
Right.
And so every year that passes, it makes it a little easier for that shingle to
Yeah.
come up during a windstorm.
Well, and it's crazy because when you said the windstorm, I remember in my neighborhood you had put my roof on, and we were trying to talk about when that was, but the crazy part about it is we had another situation of a windstorm, and I think I referred my neighbor to you for another situation, and their insurance wouldn't budge. Right? They still got the same roof on there, and I think the circles are still on there. You know what I'm saying? But it's crazy that her stuff did shift and do everything, and it's like, and that's not even that wasn't even an old house.
Yeah.
That was a fairly new roof on there. But what is going on with builder grade? Because builder grade is almost like, are they getting it for a penny? Like,
Well,
tell us the inside.
Well, I tell you, we very rarely will even do a three-tab. It's a three-tab shingle.
Okay.
Basically, it's very common for roofers to use a three-tab or builder grade type shingle for the hip and ridge cap, where the ridge is horizontal and the hips are diagonal. Okay, and we don't, but we won't. We use a shingle that's specific for hip and ridge cap.
Okay.
For for a less expensive roof, you can do a three-tab shingle for the whole roof, and we won't do that.
What those run like? Like, how much is something like a roundabout?
You can probably get that roof put on for about the low 300 per square.
Really?
Yeah.
That's why it's like that. Because I'm like, you're making a lot of money, builders. Like, just go upgrade it just a little bit or something.
I think they just look at it as, if we save like $300 per roof times 1,000,
right?
What is that
houses
year-wise? What is that?
Yeah,
it's like a 10-year.
A day, probably 24 hours.
They call it a 20-year shingle.
Oh,
20 years.
Yeah,
that's the most.
20 years out of that.
Not here.
No.
Not here. No. And you probably, and you'll find it's harder to get proper insurance for it too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So that's probably why the builders get you to go through their insurance when you get the house built, because it's hard. It probably is harder to. And you're right about that, because I was trying to, when I was calling other insurance companies to try to get the house covered, and they wouldn't do it. They asked me different questions, and I provided it to them. They wouldn't do it. But the builder insurance just, it's like, hey, $95 a month. Here you go. But yeah, that's pretty insane.
And as far as insurance company selection, that's very important also.
Yeah.
There are some insurance companies out there that have a deny first policy, I swear.
Yeah. They're known to do that. Like that's their go-to. Now, we had an attorney on here because I use her all the time. Shout out to Jennifer. But she's you see her signs, Jennifer Lemaster, on Gosling sometimes. Yeah, she's a good attorney. She's been my attorney for a long time, but she fights for different things. Like she does she used to do fire and casualties and stuff like that. And I'll tell you, she's a beast. She'll be, she might look like she's not a beast, but she's
got that squint in her eye.
She got a squint in her eye. Yeah, and it always works out.
Yeah. We have public adjusters that we work with that will fight insurance companies.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
But it's bad you gotta fight for something when you're already going through a devastation, because I've even seen where a whole section is missing, and you're fighting with an insurance company, and you've never put in claims. Like, what is that about? That's insane. And I don't want to beat up on the insurance company, but it seems like there has to be a happy medium, and maybe one day somebody can go to legislation or something and fight for. I'm pretty sure there's boards, because I've sat on a lot of Texas state boards, but I'm pretty sure, because is there a roofing board out there in Texas for the Texas state?
There's Texas Department of Insurance.
Oh, okay. So they kind of like the overseers and stuff, the big brother.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll slap some wrists,
commission,
and then they'll kind of reel it back in a little bit.
Really?
And then they kind of, get off track and have to be slapped.
And do it again and back and forth.
Yeah.
Because like one of those, the good guy is the one getting screwed.
That's what I'm saying.
Because like my parents just went through this with the roof and never made an insurance claim.
Right.
They've been with the same company for 40 years now. And my dad, like the amount of money they pay is insane, because my dad has, because of his business, 50 total vehicles and equipment. That's all that they pay for every month, plus all of our cars and their house, all at the same company. Never made one claim in 40 years. Tried to get the roof covered and they wouldn't do it. Nothing.
That's insane to me.
Yeah. They even tried to make them pay a deductible if they did pay for a roof, to renew their policy on the house.
They make up their own.
I'm paying you more money to not get
switch it up on you.
free. This isn't making any sense. Like, so the good guy that never makes a claim, because they always refuse to do that, because they didn't want to go up on insurance policy price, but I paid all this money into you over this many years, never asked you for a dime, and now I can't get this one little thing paid for. Like
that's
Yeah, I will say that Nationwide and Amica tend to be the ones that we do the best with.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there's
I need to make note of that when it's time to look for policy.
there's some larger companies, you know,
Oh,
that've been
I know,
around a
yeah.
long time
Long
that
time.
you
They know
want
how to get it
you
now.
want to avoid probably, you know.
Yeah. I've
You know.
I've had that experience in trying to get something done. So
Yeah.
I completely understand. Now, do you do roofs that are what are those roofs that uh uh like the clay circles? What is that?
Clay tile roofs.
The tile.
What is that? That is like a
Yeah, it's exactly that. It's the clay tile roof. We don't typically do that. It's not something that it's not our niche.
okay.
You know, what we do
You don't do
most
just all roof stuff.
no, what we do mostly is just residential re-roof, asphalt
Okay.
shingles.
Okay.
You know, you've got to, you know, for a clay tile, you have to keep a clay tile
Stop.
specifically a roofing crew specifically for clay tiles.
Okay.
That
Because you see
specifically-
that a lot in Augusta
Yeah.
Pines, in the Woodlands. I see.
Yeah, there
you
are a
see-
few subdivisions,
yeah.
but there's just not enough
Right.
relative to the asphalt shingle.
Right, because I see it in Augusta Pines, and there's a few other neighborhoods that I see it, especially.
Well, even where Mattress Mac lives,
They
I
have
can't
too
think. Yeah,
in Katy?
Well, he used to live off 1960 right there.
Yeah,
That's where I was thinking that he still lived, but
I think they're in Katy now.
are they?
Yeah. And it's funny. I need to call his son name is James, but I need to call them to get him on the show too because I think that'll be legendary because furniture, you know,
Mac and Booker. maybe?
Yeah. Right? No, so with the industry and you saying there's a lot of people getting in the industry. I mean, what should somebody look for if they're getting a roof? Like, say, I mean, you're on the show today. I'm saying go to, but there are a lot of people. So what should they look for? What questions that a customer, a client should?
Well, you can even do some research before you even talk to them, with Google reviews.
Right.
Those are very big in our industry.
Really?
Yeah. And we're what's called Google guaranteed.
Mm-hmm.
And so where basically Google has done background checks on us, they check our insurance, so it's a good idea to go with somebody that's Google guaranteed, but definitely look at the reviews.
Okay.
That's very important. Length of time in business is very important, to avoid that Chuck
Right.
guy. But that's where I would start.
Right.
And then, certainly, somebody should provide you with their liability insurance, which I would definitely verify is active.
Right.
Because our insurance is very expensive.
Right.
So what some companies have done in the past that I've heard is
Right.
they'll pay to get that insurance, to get the declaration page,
Right.
and they'll cancel.
Right.
Oh,
and
wow.
just hold that declaration page and just keep
Yeah,
presenting.
yeah, I got insurance, yeah.
Keep presenting
That's
the
a good idea.
You bet.
I know. I didn't say that.
So verify insurance for sure. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's insane. I never thought about that. I never thought about that, but that's good because that's teaching the listeners how to make sure that, because it's already a devastation pocket wise, 1%, 2%, or whatever. Depends on how big your house is and what's covered. But to get ripped off and then still don't get the work
Yeah.
and still need the roof, come on.
And it's probably a good idea to hire somebody that's somewhat near you. In the event that we do have to come back, it's
Right.
a lot easier to come back with somebody down the street than
Right.
across town. So
Now, have y'all been traveling, like, when natural disasters happen, like Florida or?
no, I did in the early years. In 2011, I went to Corpus for 6 months.
Oh, wow.
That was right before I started JSI Roofing.
Okay.
That's when I was just selling roofs.
Okay.
And so there
It
was
was a lot easier to do it that way.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But there was a big storm in Corpus in 2011, and so I spent basically the spring and summer there.
Okay.
And then once that was done, then I started JSI Roofing.
Well, you probably
Yeah.
had enough.
Yeah.
Had some
But
capital.
since then,
You had enough
Just kidding.
capital.
but since then, I've only done one roof out of town, and that was we did one roof in San Antonio for a customer that we do a lot of work for in Houston.
Okay.
But we don't have to storm chase, thankfully.
Yeah.
But I know a lot of the
Others
a lot of the
do.
companies early on until you get going,
Right.
you kind of
Storm
almost need
chase.
to, yeah.
Yeah. Storm chase or FEMA. I don't even know if FEMA exists anymore, but FEMA chase too or whatever.
But even when storms hit here, the established roofing companies will say, be aware of storm chasers and this, that, and the other, because again, you might see them when you give them a deposit, and you may never see them again.
Right.
So again, it goes back to
Yeah.
hire somebody local.
Right. And that's why
Always
I
best.
like our show. We talk about, because it's a luxury podcast show about real estate, but also too, I like bringing guests on like
Sure.
yourself because it educates. I always make a joke that YouTube is our YouTube college. Everybody goes
Right.
through YouTube to kind of,
Absolutely.
before they start moving forward with any type of renovation or anything, they like to watch different things because they heard stories of people getting ripped off or bad stories of different things. Is there anything like we can do to now this is probably a question for me personally, anything I could do to protect my roof? Is there stuff that you can
Like
put
a
on, preventative stuff that you spray or put on, or has anybody created that?
There is something that kind of brings it back to life, kind of.
Okay.
It will help prolong it. I don't know much about it. It's
Okay.
not an industry that I'm in. Typically roofing companies don't get into that type of business, and vice versa.
Okay.
The people that do that type of thing aren't roofers.
Okay.
So they're
just
they
selling
kind
a
of we
product.
kind of work against each
Right.
counter. What's
I know what you're
Yeah.
saying because you're in the industry to put the roof on.
Yeah, we want to
So
replace
yeah,
it if it needs it. We don't.
You're not trying
you know,
to preserve
You
the
want
roof.
the roof
Yeah.
to come out.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, it is a good idea to get especially in with our brutal climate, it's a good idea to have a roofer out every year or two
Okay.
to just get up there and give you a wellness report. Just see,
time for me to
just see,
get wellness
yeah,
report.
just see how it's going.
Right.
Make sure that nothing's come unsealed or nothing's moved.
Okay.
I mean, just even after 4th of July and New Year's, you would be surprised how many bullets we find
right.
in shingles. People shooting guns in the air.
But you did find one
Yeah.
in my first house when
Did I?
you did the roof, and he had brought. He
I don't
had
think that was a holiday. I'm just
no.
kidding.
I was not up in there
Just
shooting. No, look, I'm a fireball, but not like that. You ain't shooting up my own house. But I remember you did show me that. That's funny. You
Yeah, they
brought
got to
that
come
up.
down somewhere,
Right.
And they
and
get the
usually
roof.
on roofs.
Yeah.
I ain't think about that.
and all the trash
People
from fireworks and stuff.
destroying your roof. Well, I'm definitely finna call you, James. To so is there a fee for the
No, not to come out and just
make an assessment?
yeah. So we would come out, just do a full inspection, take photos. We would send them to you along with a report,
Okay.
and then a proposal, an itemized proposal,
Okay.
if we find anything that needs attention.
Yeah.
Okay. I really take really good care
And there's
of
no
my
obligation,
house.
of course. There's no
Right,
obligation whatsoever. Mhm.
And then you have something coming up soon with me too at my house because you do contract stuff too. So
Oh, your interior.
Yeah, my
the,
interior.
The sliding door.
yeah.
Yes.
Oh, and I'm putting the sliding door up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me that.
Yeah. Too. I was trying to get your other guy to do, but I don't know what happened. He been busy though. He's been really busy.
Yep.
He's a good person. He's been busy. But so with that, how can people reach you, and do you have any other questions for them?
I did want to know a little bit about, because I've heard it's good. I couldn't remember if it's good or bad to watch whenever FEMA declares, because we have it a lot with catastrophic events. What does it do for a homeowner whenever FEMA declares an area, like in a catastrophic event or anything? Does that benefit the homeowner to be able to
Good question.
get money somehow?
Well, sure, it certainly can. It certainly can. But the best advice I can give you there is to act quickly, because typically they put a fund together
Okay.
that dries up quickly,
money goes out.
and so as the money depletes, the denials go up.
Gotcha.
You know,
Right.
And so
Because
if
usually
you-
the people of
yeah,
the city get
yeah.
it first, and then they tell little Kiki
Yeah,
and Poo
right.
Poo about it, and then
Yeah, they're not going to put advertisements out for this free money.
yeah, if you act quickly when the fund is
High.
at its highest, they're just
Gotcha.
you're in the area, here you go.
Right.
Right.
Same thing if you're filing with your insurance company. They do the same thing. They set a budget aside per event,
Okay.
and as it dries up, so
that's
so
how
do,
you see people.
so do the approvals.
Good to know.
Yeah.
And that's what happened to that situation that I had, the other
Yeah.
situation that I had inherited. That money dried up because they waited too long. But a lot of older people don't know how to call and do
Well, a lot of homeowners think, you know what, I'll wait.
right.
I'll wait until it's not so busy, and
Right.
let it calm down, and then it'll be easier for me to reach somebody, and
Right.
they'll be able to take better care of me. No, it's just the opposite.
Right. You get left out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's crazy.
And then you got to hire a public adjuster, which, in addition to all your deductibles and everything else, now you got to pay an extra 10%.
You're probably staying in a hotel.
Mm-hmm.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Which don't forget we got BlueScorpion Travel, my other business. So if you need hotel accommodations, can look me up. But no, so that's pretty insane how people have to move so fast in such a. So that means they need a checklist. People need a
Right.
checklist. So when something happened, you need to go boom, 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 boom,
Mm-hmm.
and start moving quickly. Tell the kids be quiet. we need to get things going and rolling.
Right.
Because if you don't, you can get left out.
Yeah, and when you're dealing with your insurance company, call the claims department. Don't call your agent. Your agent
Right.
your agent knows a lot less than the claims
Right.
department on how to handle a claim.
Yeah.
I made that mistake before.
Yeah.
You know,
Can
and
slow
sometimes
you
they
down.
sit on it and don't call you back.
They're good at
Right.
selling you the policy. They
Policy.
just they're not the ones that take care of a claim. So
Right.
it's better to call the claims department.
That's important. I
Yeah.
just thought about that. So as we wrapping this thing up and getting things, and I thank you for coming out,
Yeah.
and giving us knowledge and stuff. And I hope this was very knowledgeable for y'all as well out there in the YouTube land. But how can people reach you, your company? How can they get in contact with you?
You can call or text us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at
wow.
281-788-8383, or you can always email us at jsiroofing@aol.com.
Yeah,
We've been around a while.
I know, family business,
Mm-hmm.
legacy. Yeah,
AOL.
yeah.
We still got mail.
That that little disc.
Dial up.
The dial-up noise.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, didn't they get in your nerves?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I know, we're telling our age.
It's amazing. Yeah, people don't know.
We've evolved so much from, but you know what I tell people as we end this segment? I tell people that being born the year that I was born, I ain't telling you, but we got a chance to see everything.
Yeah.
The tape cassette, the CD
The
player,
microwave oven.
the microwave, the microwave oven.
Is that what you call it? Microwave oven?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
just microwave now?
Mi-
Yeah.
microwave
Now
now.
it's microwave.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
it's just-
microwave oven.
Yeah, it was
back
when
in
it
the
first
80s.
came out, the zipper bag phones with the long antenna with the
Oh, yeah.
wearing it on your shoulder. So we got a chance
I
to
had an
see it.
installed car phone.
Did you? That
From Houston Cellular. Houston Cellular installed car phone in my
1995
in my
a month? 30 minutes?
I don't know. Yeah, it was
30
yeah,
minutes?
They gave you like 30 minutes a month. It was like $2 a minute every other minute.
You like, what you got to, okay.
Yeah, call me right back.
Yeah, so
Wild.
those, we got a chance to evolve, but I'm glad because now, just like this podcast show, you're able to see things, learn things quick. and not necessarily have to wait on stuff to try to figure it out or tinker with it yourself. You're now having educational things that's helping you throughout stuff. So as we end, I always say stay healthy, wealthy, and wise, and we will do the same. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And we are now selling ad spaces, so give us a buzz. Bye.
Bye.